The majority of the things people getting on their DMs right now that are spam do say that you've either broke a rule on your Facebook page or you've had, you've violated something or you're about to be shut down. Well, hey, friends, welcome back to the podcast. I am excited to talk to you about this topic because, oh my goodness, who else has just DMs full of craziness on your Facebook page or your Instagram on how your page is going to be taken down? This is your last warning, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Listen, it is at an all-time high. It is the most bizarre, I don't even know what. I'm like, come on, Mark. Hashtag fix it, Mark. Can't you fix the DM problem, the spam problem? But what I know is that the first couple times I got one of those spam things, I was like, ooh, have I done something wrong? Is my page going to be taken down? Like freaking out. And I can tell you from my inner circle, which is, my monthly group where we do strategy and we have my equipped 360 software, is there's like a whole lot of other women that feel the same way. The first time you get those messages, you're like, oh, crap, what did I do? And what do I do now? And so women are constantly posting like screenshots in the inner circle. Is this for real? Is this valid? Do I need to respond to it, et cetera? So I want to help you today protect your accounts from like online scams. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you are watching this on YouTube, yes, my hair is very high because the bigger the hair, the closer to God. But really, though, this is the last little bit of work I'm doing before I am leaving for our home in Florida, where I'll be relaxing / working for 9 days. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. We're taking the kids on spring break and going to go get some R&R, which means rest and relaxation, but also I'll be doing some coaching from down there. So it's a twofer. And so this is the last little bit of work that I need to get done. And I was like, you know what? We're just going to go with the top pony. All right. And it is what it is. So let's talk about the scams that are in people's DMs right now. Okay. There's two main ways people are currently getting scammed. One is in their DMs, and that's the majority of the time. The other is in email, but I really want to talk about the DMs. Okay. And like I said, I have so many women posting screenshots of things in my inner circle. And I know you guys, I'm getting these daily. I mean, if I'm to look at my phone right now, let's see here. Un momento, s'il vous plaît. That means one moment, please. And I'm mixing my French with my Spanish. Okay. So if I look at my DMs right now on my page, one moment. I haven't looked at my DMs since this morning, first thing. Okay. Facebook user, dear Facebook user, your account will be deactivated. I mean, how many of you are getting those? Okay, so that was one. Hang on here. Two, dear Facebook user, your account's gonna be activated. This is another one that is just speaking nonsense in my DMs. Another Facebook user, your account's gonna be deactivated. Like, you guys, I have probably 10 right at the top of my Facebook page. And the majority of the things people getting on their DMs right now that are spam do say that you've either broke a rule on your Facebook page or you've had, you've violated something or you're about to be shut down. Okay. So let me give you like the specific wording that I want you to watch for that should be clues to not respond, clues to not click on anything. Okay. And I'm going to tell you like how to know it's a scam, but let me give you some of the wording. And I'm going to send Easton some screenshots of these so that if you want to flip over and watch it on YouTube, if you're listening on the podcast app, if you want to flip over and watch it on YouTube, just find my channel, hit subscribe there. You can see what some of these look like so that you have a visual. See, the thing is like some of you are visual learners. So it's not even going to compute for you what I'm talking about until you like see the picture of it. And you look on YouTube, you see it, then you're going to be like, oh, some of you creative people, quit trying to learn audibly. You need to be watching me on YouTube, which, doesn't do great things for my podcast numbers, does great for my YouTube channel, but it's because you learn by like looking and watching. Okay. So with that being said, if you're getting a DM that starts with your page is about to be taken down, if you get a DM that says, need you to respond immediately. If you get a DM that says last warning, if you get one that says verify your account or it will be deactivated. In fact, let me switch over real quick here to Jason's Fairway Finest for his golf apparel. He got one today that said, your site may no longer be available because it does not comply with our terms of service. If you believe your site does not violate our policies, please confirm by following the instructions below. These instructions will only take a few minutes. Pages are not deleted or blocked permanently, but confirm your account here. And then it looks very meta-ish. It's bullcrap. Okay, so there's that. If you're getting a DM that says to your page is scheduled for immediate deletion because of a post that infringed on trademark policies, ignore. Those are all scams, friends. Those are all just junk. And don't you wonder, like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of trying to scam someone and get into my Facebook? Is it just to wreak havoc? I mean, maybe so, but it's just all those things are gross. Okay. So every one of those things that I just told you about, absolutely 100% delete. Do not do anything with them. Do not engage. Okay. We do not engage with terrorists. Isn't that what the rule is as a country? Or we do not negotiate with terrorists. We do not barter with terrorists. So, like, I'm not saying they're terrorists. I'm just saying when people are threatening you inside of your DMs, telling you that you have to do something, like, ignore that. Okay. So, how do you know for sure that it's a scam? Okay, let me give you some particulars. Okay, the majority of the ones that I'm getting are coming from a user whose name is just that, Facebook user. Okay, so there's never going to be anything that's like Facebook user that sends you anything that's valid. Okay, so that is one way that you know. All right. Second, so look at the account that it was sent for. A lot of times I'm getting DMs, and I'm switching back over real quick here to away from Jason's account and into my account. So give me just a second here. But a lot of times I'm also getting them from names that don't make any sense. Okay. So this one is from somebody named Herve. Okay. Last name is like Darsauxz. I mean, it's like words that aren't even names. You can tell also because there's no like profile picture. There's like a Facebook user. It looks like a lopsided number 8. It's just, look for those things that are weird. This person's name is a Bazara Zutza, La Jolla or something, but it's not spelled like it normally would be. Does that make sense? So, like, look for that. All right. Look who it was sent from. All right. Remember that Meta/Facebook is going to send you an email if there ever is a real problem. They're not going to send you a DM. They're going to send you an email. You can also like look at your page status on your Facebook page to see if there are any actual real issues. I lost my page once for 3 days. There was an actual real issue. So if you're like, how do I do that, Jen? Okay, so you need to be on your business page, first of all, and then you're going to go into your settings. You're going to need to look at like the new page experience, and then go to your page status. And then you can get like, see some updates there. All right. But don't ever click on any of the links that people are sending you. Don't give any information when you get those DMs. This is how people's accounts get hacked. This right here. This is how you lose access to your Facebook page. So don't click on anything. All right. And what happens is a lot of times I want you to watch the language with which they are DMing you. You know, it's about to be taken down. It's very dramatic. You need to respond immediately. Like, Facebook's never going to tell you need to respond immediately. This is your last warning. Immediate deletion, trademark infringement. Like, they use very scary terms. And that's why a lot of times people will like click on things quickly because they're like, oh crap, especially if you're like me and you're a rule follower. You're like, I don't want to break any rules. Let me make this right immediately. What did I do that I didn't mean to do? And so then you're clicking on things and then you're in big trouble. And so, I would ignore those, and we can all just hope that they're going to stop. We actually went over in my inner circle, which is my monthly group, where we're also, teaching about my software, Equip 360. We recently just taught our clients like how you can change the settings inside of your Facebook to get a lot of those messages to stop. And that is helpful on filtering out a ton of them, but not all of them. So if you're interested in my monthly coaching group and my Equip 360 software for all small business owners, go to equipped360.com. That's EQUIPT, equipped360.com. You can get more information there. But we taught the people that are using that recently how to filter out a lot of those comments. Okay. So there are messages then also that you may get in your DMs that are not as nefarious, as the ones where people are trying to hack you, but these are from people who are trying to take advantage of you and probably take advantage of your money. Okay. So these are mostly over on Instagram. I want to tell you about some Instagram DMs. The other ones that I gave you were almost all Facebook. But on Instagram right now, what I'm getting a lot of is things that say, like, can I ask you a question? Um, are you interested in taking on any new coaching clients this month? Okay. First of all, I do not respond. I do not engage unless I'm feeling froggy and feeling a little snarky. And then sometimes, okay, you guys probably have even seen me because sometimes when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, do I feel bad? No, I don't feel bad. Unless the Lord convicts me of otherwise, I don't feel bad. So sometimes when people say, wanting to see if you're taking on any new clients this month, I'll respond back. I'll be like, nope, I've got plenty. Thank you. Or I'll respond back and I'll be like, who teaches people how to sell like this? This is gross. You should get into one of my coaching groups. I can teach you a better way of getting sales. So if you have somebody saying, can I ask you a question? Just ignore it. All right. Unless it looks like Susie Q, who lives in, some precious town in Virginia somewhere. Like, unless it looks like that, then just don't even respond. Okay. You will get sometimes a lot of things in your Instagram DMs that say, would you like to pay for followers? Up to, $100 for every 1,000 followers. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Would you like to grow your Instagram? Have you noticed your Instagram reach is incredibly low? Okay, what I want to respond back to them is, have you noticed Facebook reach is even incredibly lower? I mean, there's that. So instead, just ignore, okay? Just ignore. If they're offering to have you pay for more followers, just delete it. Don't even entertain it. Right. I know recently one of the ladies in my mastermind, Jennifer Savage, her business is Cordially Creative. She's the watercolor artist that teaches watercolor classes. Go look up Cordially Creative. She's the one that did my 30A map in our Bougie on the Beach, our rental in Florida. So it's fabulous. I met her on Etsy of all places. But so she was getting a message about, hey, Jennifer, we'd like to promote your account is basically what it said, her Cordially Creative account. And so they want to promote it. And, they have packages that she could pay for putting posts in the feed and doing stories on her behalf. And they'll have a lot of followers. And my suggestion is just never to do that and never just to even respond. That's kind of my rule. I don't believe in growing a business in that way. I think the followers that you might get from that are not going to be your ideal client. Remember I did that podcast once back before you could buy verification on Instagram when I was trying to get verified on Instagram. Let me see if I can find you that podcast real quick. Hang on just a second. All right. So Jennifer Allwood, I got to Google my own podcast verified on Instagram. I don't know if it'll come up this way or not. I'll put it in the show notes. Let's see. Is this it? Was it episode 220? I'll bet it was. That was about the right time when it happened. Okay, go listen to episode 220 because I totally got scammed. I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Also, I kind of knew that I was getting scammed, but I was like, I almost just want to test it for my people, just to make sure that I'm getting scammed. Oh yeah, I was. So lost money on that one. So if you want to go listen to that, you can. But I don't believe in growing your business that way. Ignore those DMs that are offering you packages for feed posts, etc. All right. And if I'm going to pull up my Instagram real quick, I guarantee you I have some new DMs today. The other stuff that I'm just completely ignoring in my DMs is if I go to my Instagram account and I go over to the requests. So there are so many requests anymore, you guys, under hidden requests. Do you have a hidden requests? You have to click on it. And then there will be, okay, so here's how many I got today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 just today. Okay, so they say things like grow between 10K to $1 million a month. This one says, you look absolutely fabulous, babe. Well, Brendan W., I won't say Brendan's last name. I'm a happily married woman and my husband is half crazy. So you should not be messaging me that. So there's that. Okay, so this one is from Blessed Orphanage UG, asking me to kindly donate. This one is from Michael, somebody just following up on our last message. Okay, can I just say that I ignore 9/10 of any DMs that come from a man? Sorry, guys. If you're like the two legit men that follow me, sorry. But the rest of them, I just absolutely ignore. Um, because like this person, her name is Esther. Okay. She's commented on one thing ever and it says, wow, so beautiful. If I go to Esther's account, she does not follow me. So it's in the hidden folder for a reason. I'm going to not worry about blocking her. I just instead hit the delete all. Feature in the 40 under 40. Yes, people pay to get on those lists. Been there, done that. Would you like to promote your Instagram page to get more interaction in terms of profile engagement and followers organically? No, Christina, I would not. You don't even follow me. So like anything that you see under hidden requests, just delete it. This is somebody named Amin. To be honest, don't you think that your profile deserves to get more followers? Do you have any strategy to grow your profile? Okay, Amin, you have 8,300 followers and I have like 100,000 plus. So yeah, no. Anyway, ignore every one of those. There's a button at the bottom that says delete all. Would I like to permanently delete 23 chats? You bet I would. You bet I would. So I just like anything that goes into your hidden requests, just go ahead and delete those. It just makes your life easier, right? If people are seriously legit and they have a serious, legit service of some sort, they're not going to ask you for money in your DMs. They're going to, have a management company of some sort that's going to reach out to you via email. They'll have a website that they can send you to, or maybe they'll want to like have a call with you to work on a collaboration. But otherwise, just ignore all those. You don't want to work with people who have, lack of integrity, and that is how they're trying to get sales. So there's that. Okay. Couple more things here. I want to talk about the phishing email scams. So, and these are all like potential things that can happen. And what's interesting is like the scammers are getting better and better and better, you guys. And so I used to think, how can like, let's just say, people that were older than me, like, how could they fall for that? Well, now I see how they fall for that because people are getting better at the scamming. The things are looking more legit. And if you're super nervous about having, done something wrong or having forgotten to make a payment or having forgotten to do something, it's easy to see how people easily click on things. Okay. What happens in the phishing emails is that a lot of times they use a really good hook that's going to sound really legit. Like maybe they found your website. Maybe they found your website or your Facebook page. And so there's words that they're going to use about your website or your Facebook page that will make you think that, oh, this must be legit. So for instance, I get a ton of emails that say, I recently listened to your podcast episode number blah, blah, blah with your guest, da, da, da. I love how your things come from a Christian angle. Continue the good work. But then they're like trying to get me to book somebody on their show. It's spam. It goes to thousands of people. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. So anytime they're like, because the way they word it a lot of times will go, oh, wow. And then as I'm like, nope, this is going to 1 million people. This wasn't directed personally towards me. I got one today that was like, hey, are you not getting my emails? And so I open it, that's the title, and it's somebody that's just spamming me. And this was like the third or fourth time that they've sent me an email trying to get somebody that they work for onto my podcast. No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you. I'm good. And so here's some things that you can look for when you're trying to like measure the legitimateness of an email. Okay. Look for really odd spelled email addresses. Now, when I say that, I'm going to go into my email as I'm talking to you here. When I say look for odd emails, I need for you to actually like click on where the email is coming from. Click on the person's name because it could be a super legit, like looking name, but when you click on the actual like URL that it's coming from, it's just like nonsense. It's SVRK142 small G big K. You know what I mean? It's like nonsense. Ignore, ignore, ignore. I want you to look for grammar and spelling errors. Because a lot of times there will be weird things like, the first letter of a word in a new sentence will not be capitalized. And yet like the last letter of that word is, or a period when there's supposed to be a question mark, or just watch for those. When you see those, I really want you to consider, is this email actually like legit? Look for inconsistencies in domain links, email addresses. Don't be clicking on any attachments in an email. I've gotten some things before that I've literally forwarded to somebody on my team. And I'm like, is this legit or not? Because I'm like scared to click on something. Not that I'm asking them to click on something, but I'm wanting them to scan the email and see what maybe I'm missing. Are they seeing a domain link that's funky? Are they seeing an old email address that's super weird? Are they seeing a link that, looks suspicious? But just don't click on anything. Take your time. Let somebody else look at things. Okay. At the end of the day, here's what I want you to know. If it sounds too good to be true in any sort of a DM or something, it probably is. Okay. If they're using big, huge, scary words, it's probably not true. It's probably a scam. But we've got to use wisdom and discernment so that we're not clicking all over the place, keeping in mind that the scammers and the spammers are getting better, better, and better at this. So we just have to be wise as serpents, gentle as doves, is what the Bible says. Don't panic and start clicking on things quickly. Don't make any quick decisions. You have plenty of time to do things so that you're not losing your Facebook page or something like that. Couple other things. Make sure that you have two-factor authentication on. Okay, on your Facebook page and on your Instagram. Make sure that you have a second admin on your business Facebook page and ask questions. If you're in a coaching group and you get something weird in your DMs or an email, like take a screenshot, upload that to your group. If you don't have a group to get into my group. Get into my group. Okay. You can go to equipped360.com and join my group. But just don't click on anything too quickly. Don't do anything rash and don't panic. I hate that feeling of, oh man, the first time I remember, getting a DM that was like, respond to this immediately, your page is going to be revoked. I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes you feel like hyperventilate, right? But Facebook is not going to threaten you. Facebook is going to tell you what it has done. Facebook's not going to give you ultimatums. They're just going to take care of some stuff. And this is coming from the girl who lost her Facebook page for 3 days once. So I hope that that's helpful. Again, if you need to get into some sort of a coaching group so that you have people that you can ask, is this legit? Is this not? So you can find out how to better, filter through things and how to set up some safeguards in your business. Go to equip360.com. That is the software that we have with my coaching group. And I'll make sure that that link is somewhere in the show notes. And I hope that is helpful. So that is it for today. And now I'm off to Florida, to bougie on the beach. And I hope you guys all have an amazing spring break. Talk to you when I get back. Bye-bye. Easton, sorry you don't get to go to spring break with your mama. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so funner.